In this video, I'm going to show you affirmation for positive thinking and how to use your affirmation, your own personal affirmation, to make you more positive and make you more resilient on the inside in these uncertain times. Now, I'm recording this in July 2020, and we're just coming out of lockdown, and there's so many people out there who are worried, who've got very negative because they've been locked in. And so this affirmation is going to help you unlock your mind, unlock your physiology to help you in your future. When using affirmations, always please just bear in mind the filters that the unconscious mind puts any information that's coming in through. So let's quickly talk about those filters. The unconscious mind is said to be in two parts: conscious and unconscious. Your conscious thinking is everything that you think with on an everyday basis. Your unconscious is everything that you've learned. And you may have learned over the last few months or the last few years or the whole of your lifetime that sometimes life is quite hard. And that can make you quite negative. So these few months of lockdown has tuned in to things that have happened before. Now, the three filters you have in your unconscious mind are deletion, distortion, and generalization. So if you use those three filters, the main message that's come through the lockdown for most people on Earth is, I can't do anything and I'm stuck on the inside. Some people have got up and they've made a lot of money and they've been really, really busy. Other people have just sat back. And they're using their filters of generalization for most people to make it fit in before. When I can't do anything, I'm useless. I'm not as effective. If I'm not as effective, perhaps I'm not as good as. And these limiting beliefs come from some of these old programs, so to speak, running in your mind that's stopping you from being the person you want to be. So as we go through our lives, we pick up things that happen on the inside. They go through the same three filters: generalization, deletion, and distortion. And that's what makes our state and our behaviors. So going right back to the beginning, if we can change our state, it can change our lives completely. So by using a positive affirmation for positive thinking, to stay positive, the future full of hope, the future full of life, the future I can, that's going to really help you get past any of these barriers that are built up, this sort of sludge of old beliefs that have come in over the last 3 months. A positive affirmation is something that goes just into your future. It's not in the present. It's not in the past, it's just into your future. So it gives your mind something to chase, something to say, oh, I'm looking forward to that. That's what I want. You set your intention just in your future, and then your mind will automatically start looking for everything to make that come true. I've seen this happen with hundreds and hundreds of clients over 20 years that I've been using it. And what's lovely about this very simple way of keeping you more positive is it works. When I see clients in my clinic for one-to-one sessions, I can always tell on the second or third session the ones who are using the self-work, the perfect affirmation, those are not. Because the ones who are using it regularly, 2 to 4 minutes, twice a day, every day, they're the ones who actually getting the goals and getting the results and getting into the state to create the behaviors, to create the patterns, to bring them the rewards that they're looking for. So please, on this, let's just look at being in a positive state. Anything that you say in an affirmation has to be stated in the positive. If someone says to me, Piers, my affirmation I've been using is I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel useless. I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be anxious. Your mind will look at this and go, it's a don't, it's a negative, and it won't chase it. Because your mind is actually there to protect you. Even though some of your behaviors and some of your states, often you can never see, or it's hard to see that they're protecting you. If someone is in a depressed state, if someone is in an anxious state. That's the mind protecting them from whatever's going on in the world. My version of the world is if someone is too anxious, the mind will start turning off all the various circuits in the mind, all those electronic impulses that goes on inside the skull, inside the mind, that cause too many anxieties. And if the mind starts switching them off, rather like electricians switching off various circuits where there's a power surge, you'll suddenly find yourself in a slightly depressed state, which is what the mind's been trying to do, where the underside of the duvet is the best place to be. So as we look at this, let's look at this model of the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is there to protect you, and it will chase anything positive. So by saying your affirmations in a positive way, you're going to get the results that you're after, or you're more likely to get the results if you're after. If someone is negative and they're finding it really heavy and they're finding life quite difficult, especially after the lockdown we've had where everybody's got all sludged in and all these thoughts are just sitting there, rather like a layer that needs to be cleaned away. If you look at those layers, it really is, the affirmation is just like a cleaning cloth, just clean them off layer by layer. Each time you say it, until you get back to the old you, that perfect you, that you that's more positive, full of hope, full of best wishes for your future, full of energy, positive energy, full of excitement, where procrastination is nowhere near you because you're a get up and go sort of person. You're not just in survival mode, you're in I'm enjoying life mode. So when you start looking at this, I want you to really make sure that we're talking about a positive intent. So an affirmation, if someone's wanting to be more positive, it could be just more positive. But I like to chunk down. So I'd like you to think now, is it you'd like to be more positive? You'd like to be more proactive? To be more creative? To be happier? To laugh more? To feel more loved? To feel more wanted? To feel better? And everybody has their own version. So what I'd like you to do is just finish the sentences on the things I'm going to say now. Just say after me, I don't want to feel X, where X is useless, negative, whatever it happens to be. I don't want to feel X, and just say it out loud. Good. I'd rather feel Y. I'd rather feel happy, positive, enthralled, excited, go-getting, powerful, confident, peaceful, calm, whatever it is, courageous. I would like to feel why. And then I'd like you to think about your future, how you really want to be in the future, that positive bit, that really positive, nice feeling that you're after. What is it you're after? I'd like to feel positive at the thought of my future. I'd rather like to feel positive about being courageous. I'd like to feel positive about being proactive. I'd like to feel energized at the thought of being positive. And if you use the phrase at the thought of pretty well each time, it's setting it just in the future. It's saying, I'm not here yet. I'm not the glove that fits this hand yet. But what I am is, I'm getting there quite fast. And that's my aim, what I'm aiming for. If you set it too far into the future, miles and miles away, if you were 21 and you said, I'm looking forward to retirement at 65 or 60, yeah, your mind's going to say, great, yeah, we've got a lot of mileage between then and now. So if you say it, I look forward to the future. I feel positive at the thought of. I look forward to being. I'm happy at the thought of being. I feel amazing about being. I feel energized. And as I said, each time you do this, you're wiping away a layer of sludge from the last 3 months in the UK or wherever you are in the world. It may be shorter or longer. And it may be further back in your life. You may have had these feelings for many years. But each time you say it, it is just taking off that layer. Rather like a carpenter on a plane that's planing down a piece of wood just to fit into that gap. So if you've got a piece of wood that's too big to fit into the gap, the carpenter will plane it down, plane it until you've got just the right fit. And as it fits in, you've then got something really solid. And the same goes for your mind. If you have a really good fit, if the affirmation really works, every so often we have to change the tools that we use. And that's why the perfect affirmation can be changed so simply. What is more powerful? I've gone through those layers. What's more powerful? If I was a carpenter and I was doing a piece of wood, if I've got that much wood and I only want that much, so to speak, I may get a saw and saw off the top bit, leaving the bit that almost fits. So your affirmation may start off, again, slightly in the future, something positive, looking forward to being in a certain state. I feel happy at the thought of being positive. I feel excited at the thought of being positive. That sort of thing. And as soon as you get there, you say, okay, it's not working at the moment. What do I need to change? How can I make it more powerful? Change the tool. Right, let's go back. A few moments ago, you said to me, I feel X. I feel almost there. Excellent. Say to me, I don't want to feel almost there. No, I don't want to feel almost there. I'd rather feel really grounded at the thought of, I would rather feel really grounded at the thought of being fully in control of my life. Brilliant. That's your new affirmation. And on the affirmation courses, or the Perfect Affirmation course, I'll teach you how to anchor this with all the meridians in your body. Now, meridians are things that acupuncturists use and energy workers use, the meridian lines in your body. And using the Perfect Affirmation with an anchoring process. Now, anchoring is an NLP process, and we're using meridian therapy, and putting those three together. You've got something really powerful that's going to help you move into your future much more positive, much more in control, really looking forward, being much more positive about your life, having that positive state of mind. And your state of mind is what runs your life for most people. Some people have a lazy frame of mind, where they perhaps want to spend time watching Netflix rather than doing the jobs that need doing. I know many people who, when filling in the tax return, will use any excuse to get in between them and the tax return. When in fact, if they just did it, it's over and done with quite quickly. So an affirmation for that could be, I feel really good at the thought of doing my tax return and relaxing afterwards. I feel really positive at the thought of finishing my tax return so I can return to normal life. That's another one you could do. You see, the perfect affirmations, the sayings, are only part of the system. And by putting it all together, you are creating something so powerful. In these videos, I'll be showing you more about affirmations, more about NLP, and more about hypnosis, and how you can use these three tools to really enhance your life. So if you hit the subscribe button and the little bell next door to it, you'll make sure that YouTube notify you each time there's a new video on. And to me, it's a journey, and I'd welcome you to come through this journey of practical skills to help you in your life, to be more positive, to get more out of your life. So hit the subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.